Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, along with Brownwood Lions Athletic Director Mitch Moore. And we have a very busy week coming up this week. Had a very busy week last week, so I'll let you jump right into it.
This week's big. A lot of district competitions, but let's start last Friday night soccer in the third round of the playoffs, regional semifinals. Lost to Bridgeport 7-2. That advanced to the third round and coming out of district as a fourth place team. But like I'd said all season, I felt like we were right on the verge of being in the top three spots of, or top couple spots of district. And so they finished with overall record of 7-12-2, a really good season. And, the game before that we were both at, they defeated Benbrook 4-3 in a shootout.
That was wild.
That was pretty intense. And so, I was thinking about our little goalie, Fry, is a freshman. Mm-hmm. And actually I should probably talk about his dad in the stands. He has one of those monitors, on the heart monitors, and it went to 0. So he was still standing at the end of the game, but his watch was telling him otherwise. And so, even my heart was pumping on that. That was a big win and exciting. But I didn't realize that was a freshman when his older sister was my son's age. So he was like, last time I remember him, he was little bitty, when she was going through high school. And so when I was like, man, big time freshman stepped up in that game along with those 4 that scored. But he had a couple big stops. And then, of course, beating Kennedale 2-1 in the first round. So good finish there. Bridgeport just got out to a fast start. Scored 3 or 4, just boom, 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 and then kind of changed the way the game went. And I think Coach Westerman said, strategy kind of changed, and you're playing from behind, and just kind of different. So that one just kind of got, again, those quick goals to get somebody up, and then it kind of changed the rest of the game and how we had to play. But a great season for Coach Westerman and those guys, and look forward to they bring back quite a few for next year, and so it'll be good to see them again next year.
Says a lot about the district we were in, too.
Yeah, tough district. I believe the Lady Honeybees are still moving on. I think they get Waxahachie Live this week. So I remember talking to Coach Doty on Friday night. So good season for soccer. So it wrapped up. Now we are starting middle school soccer today. We started it today, and so it always takes place right after the high school soccer finishes and junior high track. So we're in a new district this year with our middle school. We'll be going to Marble Falls, Burnett, that direction. And so land passes. So a little different from the years past. We've been in Abilene with Abilene schools and playing their second teams. And so this allowed us to play teams in our district and their A teams from those districts. So those practices start, and they've got 4 games over the next 4 or 5 weeks, and so it'll be good. Coach Walker, and Coach Westman both coach those with a little help from the middle school coaches, so they'll be going straight into that. Or they got, practice was today, so a good start to middle school soccer. Then baseball, what a big night for the Lions, and what a big night at the new complex. And we'll do a quick, parking was crowded. It was everywhere. It was down the street. There was a great crowd. The parking lot was not striped. That causes some, makes it a little different. We don't utilize all the space, but thankful to all the people that came out and parked good and parked wherever they could find a place. And so I'll take a look at that for the next time that both teams are at home to see what we need to do. But that lot is supposed to be, it was being painted today with the rain got us on the weekend, which is great. We had rain, but they started painting that today, so hopefully that'll be finished up and ready for tomorrow night's game, softball game. But great crowd, softball and baseball both out. But big win for the Lions, defeating Stephenville 4-2 after dropping that first one. So that's a split in that series. That's good. They came back and really dominated on on Friday night. It was a good one, and I didn't turn the lights out
Oh, that's
on
good.
the game.
That's the best part.
At the end, I really wanted to push the show lights, but I had not tested them since they did not work the first time, and I turned out the lights during the game. So I waited till the stands had cleared and people left, and they were all working. So now I don't feel, I'm not pressured up to
That's
push the
good.
button. I
All
can
right.
push the button and it'll all go well. So a few of the remaining people that were cleaning up got to experience the lights after the win. So it was good.
Look
So,
forward to that after the next game.
yeah, and then baseball travels to Graham Tuesday night, and so for that series, so there'll be a Graham on Tuesday, back at home on Friday against Graham. So we'll keep doing this for a while. Softball, after coming off a big win in Stephenville, a big emotional win, it was a tight game with Graham on Friday night until the
Sixth inning.
sixth, and Graham just hit the ball. They just hit the ball everywhere. Anywhere they could find a hole, they hit it, and it wasn't lack of defense or pitching. They just got on a roll and started hitting and scored 13, and so that game ended in a 17-3 loss, but Lady Lions will be back at action on Tuesday night in Brock. It'll be a big road game for them. So we'll bounce back, and then they roll back and start Glenrose at Glenrose on Friday. So
Halfway through.
yeah,
district.
halfway. That's crazy that softball's almost halfway through district by the end of the week. So yeah, so we'll be at Brock on Tuesday and softball, and home on Friday. No, I'm sorry, just to flip that.
Yeah.
Home on Brock, but softball's at home Tuesday, at Glenrose on Friday. So just opposite of baseball this week,
Okay.
which might help the parking lot a little bit of this. But it was a beautiful night Friday night. I'm glad everybody came out, but I was sitting on the berm watching parking, saying it needs to be striped. So that'll help, and then we'll continue to look at that as well. But a lot of people came out. It's great.
It's good.
Good. Track, had two track mates going on Thursday. We competed in Stephenville. I think the boys finished up sixth. Girls finished third or fourth, but did not run a full team. So we won't count that as not a win, because
They were.
we won a lot of events, but we had several that were competing the Texas Relays the next day, so couldn't compete. Relays and some other individual events.
They finished third, and
Third.
I think we're 18 points out of
Yeah.
first place, and that's without any of the relays.
No relays, and so we probably would have won that one. So, but at the Texas Relays, the 4x2 finished third. Jade Morin, Kayla Phillips, Anaya Hines, and Kate Tyndall. Another school record. Kind of can't keep up with the school records right now in the Lady Lions. So they finished third. The 4x1 of Isis Hall, Kaya Phillips, Jade Morin, and Anaya Hines finished third. So both medaled in that. It's great in the Texas Relay. And then the Lady Lions 4x4, which was later in the day, finished sixth. Kate Tyndall, Jade Morin, Rebecca Delgado, and Bracy Lee. And they set a new school record in the prelims the day before.
Yes,
Day before. Right. So I think the 4x4 had been a long 2 days, and actually a hot day on Saturday.
Yes.
So I think especially Jade had competed in 3 or 4 events that day, and just kind of maybe we got winded, a little tired at the end, but great outing for those girls on the relays, the Texas Relays, great showing. And then Hannah Dean did great in high jump, cleared 5.2, and great experience for her, because it's a big stage. And then Kate Tyndall finished, I think, ran a 13.06 in the 100, and so good for her as well. And so hopefully those girls will all make it back there in about a month, at the 1st of May for the state track meet. But we need to get district track done this week, so we'll be over in Graham on Wednesday and Thursday, competing 2 days. The finals will all be run on Thursday. Field events going on Wednesday and Thursday. So I guess you and I will be over there some this week to
Yes.
catch some good track. But expectations are high for both Lions and Lady Lions in district. So not only to get competitors out to regionals, but to come away with a district championship. So goals are there.
Yeah.
And then
going back to the Texas relays, most of those events, there's about 50
Yeah.
entries, and especially the relays, there's about
Yeah.
50.
You get
And, finish in
qualified.
to medal, and then the other one finished sixth.
Yeah. No, to get to the finals was a big deal.
Yeah, that's a
Because,
big deal.
run
Yeah.
the prelims and get the finals and finish in the top 3 and then the top 6 for sure is a great showing. So excited for this next month of track.
I don't remember that I've been here that we've done that. Got to the finals, and
I don't remember either.
we may have, but I don't remember that well. But
I'm sure somebody will let me know.
yeah, that's true.
That we did.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm sure we
congratulations
did.
to all
Yeah.
those girls.
But great job. And now we've got next few weeks starting at district this week, take care of business. And then it just goes district, area, regional, state pretty quick. So big month of track. Baseball, softball, right in the middle of district. I mean, again, softball finishing up first round this week, and both of them playing well. And so those two things going on. Today we played golf, teed off at 1 o'clock. So they're finishing their rounds as we speak, and so know what they're how they did. But nice day over in Abilene for the first round, and then they'll play their second round. They'll tee off first thing in the morning, somewhere between 9 and 10. So they'll finish up. Hopefully, both earn a berth to regionals. Boys are probably favored, I would think. The girls are right there in the top. So, but you got to play. So.
That's right.
But a good day, good first round today. Don't have all the scores, but they were playing well. And so we'll finish up that tomorrow and see how, then get ready to go to Lubbock.
There you go. Sounds good. So what else is going on in the
Well,
sports world?
talked about the bond a little bit and the striped parking lot. Eventually that parking lot's going to be striped. I hope they finished up today. That was before I left. They were working on it, so hopefully it's finished. And then everything else is moving right along. Trying to get things done before the beginning of school, the middle school locker rooms, get those finished so we can move back into those in August. The multi-purpose center, again, getting it, back in it before school starts. And then when the wind stops blowing, I don't know if it will, but the resurfacing of the track at Gordonwood Stadium will start. So that's been on pause. They've gone out and done a little bit of pre-work, but the wind just keeps blowing.
Just
So,
wait till the summer.
yeah.
It'll die down then
Yeah.
when it's 110 degrees.
But so the track's just kind of waiting on that, and then Gordonwood stadium renovations are still moving right along. And I encourage you to drive by. You can see the concession stand going up and all the work behind the home side because they're getting ready for the structure the new press box will go. It'll hold the new press box up. Will be up or should be up, so you'll be able to see that. When the season starts. Old press box will still be sitting in the stands. We'll use that one more season. And then the new seats should be going in fairly soon too. So, and we'll be getting out a new layout of ticket sales. Ms. Hossel and I are working on that last week. There's wider seats, handicap seating, so the old numbering system is no longer there. We won't have all of our seats. We'll still have 1,000 or 1,500 that'll be added the following season. But so there'll be a little change to this. Your reserve seat won't necessarily be that same number again because they've kind of changed. The rows have, with some of the handrails going on in the middle of the rows, they've shrunk a little bit. So, but seat backs will be nice. But little changes for upcoming for ticket sales. But we're working on that, getting that into our hometown ticketing, and so kind of getting that design in there. So
sounds like plenty to look forward to.
it does.
Anything else we need to talk about today?
Now we're continuing to have some interviews for the head basketball job, boys basketball job, and so we'll update that as soon as we have updates. But right now we're finishing up interviews, just getting candidates in to interview. It's a busy time, obviously, for us and for other coaches, and so just scheduling those and getting them in to visit with them takes a little longer just because of the number of events and having to be at spring sports events. Their sports, they're being at their events, and so gotta honor that, but we'll be announcing that soon.
Okay. All right. Well, we will look forward to that then, and I'll let you go ahead and thank the sponsors.
Thanks sponsor Auto Glass Magic, Bruner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Heartland Funeral Home, Hendrick Clinic, Landmark Admin, MC Bank, Painter & Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agencies, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
All right, and that will be a wrap on today's Coach's Show. We will have
Coach Brixey be back in on Wednesday, and we've got some others coming in this week to visit, so I'll let him talk about that and how things are going.
We're going to break down some X's and O's. They're going to get on the field and start implementing some things now, so we will talk about that Wednesday here on the Brownwood Lions Coach's Show on KOXE, KOXE.com, and the KOXE app.